A member of a crime gang has been convicted of the assassination of a Dutch underworld figure. Christopher Hughes lured Martin Kok, who was 49 years old, to his death before he was blasted 8 times by a gunman in the Netherlands back in 2016. The 33-year-old was a high-ranking member of the crime clan, which had worldwide connections, including with Colombian drug cartels and the Italian Mafia. On the instructions of the gang, Hughes met Kok at an Amsterdam hotel, and then he alerted others where he was to be. As the pair later left and Hughes patted a cat outside, double murderer Kok was gunned down as a favour for seemingly crossing Moroccan-based gangsters. Hughes was quizzed by Dutch police the next day before being allowed to leave. He remained at large in Europe as the international probe into the brothel shooting continued. Hughes was caught at a hotel in Turin in Italy in January 2020 and hauled back to Scotland on a European arrest warrant. He now faces a life sentence after being convicted at the High Court in Glasgow of Kok's murder and involvement in serious organised crime between July 2013 and January 2020. The killing, despite happening abroad, was investigated as part of a huge Police Scotland probe, Operation Escalade, which has already seen a string of gang members jailed for a total of more than 100 years. The gang had been described as the most sophisticated encountered by the authorities. They are said to have been at top of the chain for drug trafficking in the UK, while also having an unprecedented arsenal of firearms at their disposal. Hughes was a trusted member of the gang, with jurors showing a photo of him smiling with the two crime bosses heading the crew. They cannot be identified for legal reasons. He was listed by HMRC as seemingly unemployed, but £40,000 a week wages earned him a luxury lifestyle in the Algarve. The fellow gang member explained to jurors in evidence that he was told to set a meeting up in Amsterdam hotel between Hughes and Kok. Kok, who was a convicted murderer himself, was latterly a crime writer. The informant told jurors he believed the meeting was to discuss advertising for the firm's encrypted phone company MPC, funded with £1 million worth of dirty money on Kok's new crime TV show. The killing was originally due to happen outside the Citizen M Hotel in Amsterdam, but Hughes, who was originally from Glasgow, later told the informant that the gun had jammed during a play-by-play of events at his flat in Antwerp 11 months later. The murder then did happen later that night, as Hughes paid for Kok's evening at a brothel and supplied him with cocaine. The fellow gang member stated that he was speaking to his crime boss on the night of the incident. The informant said he, who he referred to as the boss, had been on about someone waiting for Martin Kok, and Christopher Hughes was to hold back. Martin left just ahead of Chris, and he made a comment about a cat appearing at the club and that he stepped back to pet it. Prosecutor Liam Ewing, QC, asked what the significance of petting the cat was. The witness replied Martin was going to his car first, so there was no mistake of anyone being caught in the crossfire. Jurors watched CCTV of Hughes moments after the shooting, walking away from the scene texting on a mobile phone. Mr. Ewing also asked the informer if Hughes understood something was about to happen to Kok that night. He replied, I remember the comment being made about putting him, who's Kok, on a plate for the Rockies. The witness claimed he had a meeting with his boss a month after the murder. He said, I was told that it was an arrangement because the lad had access to Martin with a group called the Rockies, a Moroccan crime group who were all over but more prominent in Amsterdam. Hughes' boss then organised for him to be picked up as he hid in bushes while emergency crews arrived at the scene. Hughes told police the next day that he was involved in tech support with the phone company but did not want to give names of who was involved. He further stated that he binned his encrypted phone as it had smashed and got rid of his clothes. Jurors also heard that Hughes was spied by police in industrial units in East Kilbride, South Lanarkshire, as well as Chapel Hall in North Lanarkshire. Mr. Ewing told the jury in his closing speech recovered from a machine inside one of the lock-up garages was £700,000. The landlord said that it cost them £13,000 in cash for its use. There was anti-surveillance equipment valued at £40,000, which can only be found in the hands of government organisations, but this group have it in a lock-up in Chapel Hall. Hughes shook his head after he was convicted. Sentencing was deferred pending background reports until next month by Judge Lady Scott, who continued Hughes must be remanded in custody in the meantime. Reacting to the guilty verdict, Police Scotland said the welcome news of his conviction. Detective Chief Superintendent Stuart Houston, head of Police Scotland's Organised Crime Unit, said it has been well documented that Hughes is a dangerous individual with a long association with organised crime in Scotland and beyond. He has wreaked havoc in our communities by trading illegal drugs to our communities and being involved in the importation of firearms which undoubtedly would have been used to harm or kill others. His conviction today is a testament to Police Scotland's commitment to relentlessly pursue criminals who think they are untouchable or above the law. So guys, this is a story coming out of Scotland where a member of a crime gang has been convicted of the assassination of a Dutch underworld figure. Let me know what you guys think. It's your boy GT. Keep it locked, keep it real. With regards to the Securitas depot heist, if you can go check that out, I'll put the link in the description below for that video, and please support the channel.